So the same company, Vita Pharma, that makes products like Apivar 2.0, the Easy Mite Check, things like that, also makes a Hornet related product, the Vespa Catch. They also have a new one coming out that I don't have my hands on yet, which is a Vespa Catch Select, which you can change the size of the opening based on the kind of hornet you're catching. But this originated for the Asian hornet that they've dealt with over in Europe for a while. We're not dealing with it yet here, but we also have the yellow-legged hornet that's been seen in the southern U.S. and trying to eradicate it. But eventually we may be dealing with those, and we already have things like the European and bald-faced, the European hornet. So I'm trying some of these this spring. This is the time of year when you would use something like this. I put up my yellow jacket traps right about this time, as soon as it's getting close to 60 for the daytime highs, and also any hornet traps. And I'll report back on how this does. We don't carry it in our farm shop yet until we know that it works. They make a solution, a mixture that goes in here. Most places seem to be sold out of it, but they also recommend filling it about halfway full in the cup of equal parts, 1/3 white wine, 1/3 beer, and 1/3 of a syrup, a sweet syrup. And I'll show you, I used like a raspberry syrup that you might put into a coffee or something like that. And mixing that up, this cup sets, let's see if I can do this, comes up through, and it's going to wrap around, and the lid goes on. I want to make sure that these holes are matching the ends of this thing where the hornets will go in. They're going to, it's going to come up around, and they'll come in this side or that side. Around, there's some perforations. You can see the little stars, and it's telling you where to stick this in, and a place in the center for a hanger. Again, so make sure that the holes, you see the hole under there on the top of the cup, are on either end, this end or this end. And then it's going to hang in a tree or bush or something like that from the hanger, maybe 5 feet off the ground. Looks like this, of course, with the liquid in. So you can see it's filled with syrup, and a few insects in there already. Been out for a few hours. I'll report back and let you know whether this thing works, catches any hornets. Again, it wasn't designed for European hornets necessarily, but it could also work for that. Definitely the Vespa Select, the newest one that they have, is geared more for that. All right, so usually for yellow jackets themselves, I typically do the homemade bait and stuff, which works fairly well. This late March through April time frame is good time to get your traps out to try to catch the queens. I'm trying the off the shelf. There's an attractant here that goes on to a cotton ball and goes into this trap. I'm going to try that for a couple of weeks, and then also some homemade, and see which works better. But yeah, basically inside of this is a little pouch. There is a refill. You just take it, you put it on the cotton ball, versus the most yellow jacket traps you're filling with liquid. So we'll see how it works. This one is working. Just rebaited it yesterday. You can see there's 2 in there. Did not ever get anything on the hornet traps. Going to try a different brand and see how that works. All right, so here's the third type of trap we're trying. It's a universal trap. It's supposed to catch lots of different things, but we're setting it up for hornets. I guess it goes like this. I will figure out how to put this together, and as soon as I do, I'll show it to you. We'll get it baited and put it out. All right, so I got it up here. Looking online for recipes. not sure. Put some sour grape juice and some sugar and try that as a mix. These are just like a generic trap. You can catch lots of different things from moths, etc. They use them for testing. So we'll see how it goes. Here we go with trap number 4. You can get this anywhere. I got it at the Home Depot. And it's easy to get the refill ingredients as well from them. Here it is. You just have to unscrew this to open up and expose the holes. There's some vent holes on the top. You put a pack of yeast in here and then a solution stirred around a little bit to get it mixed up. Putting the yeast in is probably a pretty good idea for the bait. We'll see. I'm seeing a ton of hornets already, even around the bees. 3 different color hornets, some European hornets, black, bald-faced hornet, and I don't know what the other one is, or if it's a variation of the European hornet. But it's late April, and so I'm feeling kind of motivated to find a trap that works. So I'm still testing all these traps. The Vespa, I don't know, I guess some people like it. I haven't caught anything but minor insects, no hornets, no yellow jackets in it. This is a new product I tried. Comes with a mixture. No, it's been up for a week, nothing. No yellow jackets, no hornets. This one, I think it's called Rescue. They make it's a hornet and yellow jacket trap. I did catch a couple yellow jackets, and I have caught 2 hornets so far on this. Then we got that one, the bait on the top. Was catching nothing. Now suddenly, I think I've got, looking in there, got 3 hornets this week now all of a sudden on this one. It's the brown sugar and grape juice. I'm going to add some yeast to it the next time. Okay, so we have a winner. We're going with this trap. Caught in our test one 5 hornets in the last 2 days. I just put this out an hour ago. Got at least 1 hornet in there already. This is just a general insect trap. They've used it for sampling moths and insects, all kinds of things. Pretty robust trap, nice size. For now, we went with a pint of grape juice, tablespoon of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of just cooking yeast, like for bread. And that seems to be working. After you mix that up, you put some up in the top in that little bait area, a cotton ball or something like that to hold that. And we'll see how effective it continues to be. It seems pretty good so far. Happy with the results. We'll see if we keep catching different hornets. We will have these in our farm supply shop. Don't know the pricing yet. Take a look at that. So we do have these in stock now at the farm shop. They are $14.99. These traps for the hornets.